control. All these heads are gonna roll.
It's a sweep. What? It's a sweep. Yeah. What? Acting like we ain't the ones, man. Talk is cheap. Get that boy out of there. It's a sweep. Get that boy out of there. It's a sweep. Get that boy out of there. We ain't playing no games. We playing for keeps. Yeah. It's a sweep. It's my time, not no Paddock Philippe. They was yapping, I don't hear a peep. Yeah, I step through that spot, I don't creep. Yeah, we ain't on none of that. Can't call it lucky, I give it my all every day of the week. You know what I'm on. I see a crowd at the bottom, ain't with that, I climb to the peak. Don't ride no red, but they know what I'm on, they address me as chief. I be dripping water like a reef, slid off with the bag, but I ain't no thief. It's a sweep, they ain't even have a chance. I've been locked on that cash in a trance. Hit the end zone and do my little dance. Yeah, your chick blowing kisses like lambs. You go tell your mans. It's a sweep. What? It's a sweep. Yeah. What? Acting like we ain't the ones, man. Talk is cheap. Get that boy out of there. It's a sweep. Get that boy out of there. It's a sweep. Get that boy out of there. We ain't playing no games, we playing for keeps. Get that boy out of there.
It's a sweep, do my dance, Mr. Clean. Game nice, but I play it so mean. Front line, I'm protecting the team. John Madden, yeah, I boom with the scheme. Dream chasing, I've been chasing the dream. Paper chasing, I just made it my thing. Got the bag, I just need me a ring. GMF, hold it down for the team. It's a sweep, right? Shout out to Jokic, I'm locked in. Man, I swear that I'm focused. He toes up in the drip, I bet they didn't notice. Air Force Ones got me walking like POTUS. God's child, so I know that I'm chosen. Drake with me, man, I feel like DeRozan. Left and right wrist equally frozen. All four pockets equally swollen.
It's a sweep. What? It's a sweep. Yeah. What? Acting like we ain't the ones, man. Talk is cheap. Get that boy out of there. It's a sweep. Get that boy out of there. It's a sweep. Get that boy out of there. We ain't playing no games, we playing for keeps. Yeah.
It's bag season, I'ma post like a sinner. Diamond chains and a mink in the wind. All these rings on, you could tell I'm a winner. I'm a walking bucket like that boy out in dim. Got the pink slip for these whips, ain't no rental. Steady breaking records, give them something to remember. Money, power, and respect is so simple. What separate good and great is they mental.
It's a sweep. What? It's a sweep. Yeah. What? Acting like we ain't the ones, man. Talk is cheap. Get that boy out of there. It's a sweep. Get that boy out of there. It's a sweep. Get that boy out of there. Hey, we ain't playing no games, we playing for keeps.
Yes, sir. It's a sweep. We the midweek. I tend to smile VVS on my teeth. Money made rather I'll never be beat. Got rid of Bronco, got SOTG. Deep in that jungle, came out with a meat. Got a tread like got 2K on my feet. Slide with the bros, I don't care what you think. 17 flash, gonna go in a blink. Hey. Hey, Rich got no thirst, like what do you drink? Last of the real, yeah, my kind be extinct. Bad little G used to drink from the sink. Whoa, whoa. No TLC, I'm too lit, we can't creep. Flight to Miami, I stay with that heat. Hopped on the jet, cause
it's a sweep. What? It's a sweep. Yeah. What? Acting like we ain't the ones, man. Talk is cheap. Get that boy out of there. It's a sweep. Get that boy out of there. It's a sweep. Get that boy out of there. We ain't playing no games, we playing for keeps. Yeah. It's a sweep. What? It's a sweep. Yeah. What? Acting like we ain't the ones, man. Talk is cheap. Get that boy out of there. It's a sweep. Get that boy out of there. It's a sweep. Get that boy out of there. We ain't playing no games, we playing for keeps. Yeah.
Yeah. Run that back,
I fell
turbo.
deep down in that mud, baby, now I'm climbing out. They think it'll be us when they find.
On a wonderful fall afternoon in the state of Texas, the roof is open, and we've got football from NRG Stadium in Houston. Today, it's a Week 9 matchup. We are all set to go, as it'll be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on the Houston Texans. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off?
At their own 25-yard line.
Ready, break! Ready!
They'll start with the option. And holding it may be the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. The time called here because a member of the Texans is in some discomfort. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. First run of the game here for Dameon Pierce. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down with a nice little gain.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turn around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge, whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end, in the direction they want to run the football? If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very...
And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
I think you saw the same thing that I did there, partner. Remember, he's their backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack. Looks like he's going to be okay, though.
Yeah, he looked like he was favoring something in the left leg. Appears to be fine now, but you're right. That O-line, they got to protect him. It'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense.
At their own 38-yard line.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. The drive starts with a run by White. Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 39-yard line.
Mayfield to throw it. The pass is caught by Cade Otton. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver, although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory, down at the 33. They defer to White out of the shotgun. A little juke. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. Well, this defense for the Texans, they were fantastic a week ago in that win over Houston.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defensive coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
They keep it on the ground. White again. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. A couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? 5 or more yards each time, that's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive. First down, Mayfield. And this one almost intercepted. Drive INT.
It certainly looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing, Mayfield. Complete right side to Otton. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it 1st and goal. White will get about halfway there as he takes this from the 4 down to the 2. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
You get down near the goal line, you need to start enlisting the help of all 11 guys on the defense. And that's a nice job here by the cornerback, squaring his shoulders and coming in to make the tackle.
Again, this is White, and this time he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. So both sides of the football contributing here early. Their defense forces the punt, and then the offense takes it down the field and punches it in on the short touchdown run.
And, Brandon, that's good complementary football, and that's what they're going to need if they want to get out of here victorious.
The extra point by McLaughlin is up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game.
Texans nothing. Chase McLaughlin, the kickoff for the Buccaneers.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
2nd down and 3. On 2nd down, here's Pierce. Ooh, the juke. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down. Defensively, they were in the 3-4. Solid run up the middle. What made it successful?
Well, what you have to do is control the nose guard, but sometimes you don't do it by blocking him. You do it by influencing him. Get him moving to one side or the other and hit him back on the opposite.
Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. We had a pretty good idea that they were going to pressure this young quarterback, and that's now 2 sacks here in the first quarter.
And, yeah, this is a secret to exactly nobody, because if you're a rookie quarterback, you know you're going to see pressure. Defenses want to see how you're going to handle it, or if it forces you into making bad decisions. That's their goal.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
The partner guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
19 tight, 19 tight.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things. Get back to what works.
On is the punter, Johnston, now as he sends this one away. A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And out will come the offense as they take over.
At their own 33-yard line.
Possession. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. Look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. That'd be ideal.
You look at the defense for these Texans. There are 32 teams in the NFL, and they're just better than 50% of them at defending the pass, number 16 in the league.
I think if you talk to their head coach, you'll get a nice answer about how much he likes his team and what they're doing. But at the end of it, he would admit there's definitely room to improve.
2nd down, Mayfield. And that's complete. It's Chris Godwin. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. This is certainly not what this offense wants to see. That's Chris Godwin shaken up following that last play. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. First down, here's White. And he's fortunate to get anything from that. Give him a yard up to the 49. Now 2nd and 9. From the gun, Mayfield. He completes it right side to White. And And he'll get it down to the 47 here. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's 3rd and 4 now.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 35. A strong pickup of 11 keeps their drive alive. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Buccaneers 7, Texans nothing.
Now back to the ground game with White. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That tackle behind the line made by Will Anderson.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Opting to run again here with White. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. And they get Tristan Wirfs, first-round pick in 2020. Temporarily out of field goal range now as they come up on a 2nd and long after the holding call. Play fake. Mayfield. And his throw is incomplete.
Oh, they'll certainly be on the tablets going over that one for sure. Clearly, they were expecting something else out of the defense and couldn't adjust to make that completion happen.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Running out of the gun with White. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that his defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. Oh, it's a wobbler here. Oh, pretty woeful there. Just 23 yards on the punt. And the Texans will take over. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he get a good head of steam going.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 15 yards, the Texans pick up the first down.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense, and on that go-around, the offense won the challenge.
Ready.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. This one caught out wide by Landry. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice game. The Texans now at 2-5 to start play. And they were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one. This is really impressive because when the offenses are running RPOs, things move very quickly. Fake, ball's out of his hands, and they're trying to hit him in the gaps downfield. And instead, the defender reacts so well that he makes a play on it, and the ball falls incomplete.
And he is going to have a Texans first down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches. Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
They'll run on 1st down with Singletary. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. Give him 17 on the pickup there, and the Texans also get a new set of downs. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. 1st and 10, it's Pierce. Levante David in on the tackle. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
From the 23, here's 2nd down and 5.
70 Ranger. Go.
Stroud sets up the play action. And he finds his target. It's Schultz. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense. I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
Catch is made. It's Schultz on the outline. Touchdown, Texans! Dalton Schultz, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Texans are an extra point away from evening this one up. So they get their tight end away from the line to the outside, and he works his way in for 6.
Tight ends are not just blockers anymore. I don't know how many more times we need examples, but here's a great one. Gets to the outside, they give him the ball pretty quickly, and they trust him to get those extra yards, and boy, did he come through, bulling his way into the end zone after the nice catch.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Jalen Petrie picks it off. And they will score. Pick 6 for the Texans TV. An excellent play there, CD, on the pick 6. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they went standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just want to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did and came through with a big-time pick six.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And bulldozing his way through. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
And, partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. He's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. They will run with White out of the shotgun. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. From a couple of yards beyond midfield, here's 2nd and 8. Here's Mayfield. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. To throw, Mayfield. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 38 yards.
He scored their touchdown earlier, and this had a chance to be another. This secondary scrambling for answers, looking at each other, trying to figure out who is going to put the clamps on this guy, because right now he's absolutely shredding them.
They run straight ahead here with White. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle, because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
They stay on the ground with White. And a little bit of space there. Takes it inside the 5 to the 3. Still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Third and short yardage. Mayfield will get that out to the flat to White. And in for the Buccaneers, touchdown. Rashad White. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Bucs are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Taken at the goal line. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And with a little under a minute to play, they may be looking to pick up some yardage here, maybe try and come up with a field goal to seize the lead before intermission. He's got this to Williams, complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. And Stroud now to throw. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue.
2nd and 10, Stroud to throw yet again here. To the sideline and incomplete.
Not sure what happened there, but he just didn't get the right read on the coverage that time. Pass wasn't where it needed to be, and that'll send them back to the drawing board.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Again, it's Stroud. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. So on 4th down, Texan kicker Kaimi Fairbairn comes on. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out. Fairbairn able to put this one through. But now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about. And that flag accepted. Now, to be frank, a silly penalty there trying to block the field goal, and that leads to a fresh set of downs. Stroud working out of the gun. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Singletary here running out of the gun. He's brought down. Remember here, no timeouts left. They got to get to the line quick. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. The kick by Fairbairn is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. A field goal the difference. 17-14 is the score. Back underway here now in this 3rd quarter. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. Still going past the 30. And he'll bring it back all the way. Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
We've sat in a lot of meetings, and they always talk about the offense taking advantage of beginning a half. Well, special teams coaches don't listen to that. They want to take advantage with their own unit, and they just did.
Yeah, they trailed in the locker rooms, and they changed that immediately.
I think they drew that one up special. That felt like something he pulled out of his pocket that he'd been holding for a while, and they were able to use it effectively.
The extra point by McLaughlin is up and good, and that will make this a 4-point game. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
And Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, one-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth, almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just, our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side, trying to match each other.
Across the formation, he's got a man. That's Allen. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Stroud. Give him another one right back to Allen. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. Consecutive catches for him. That good for 11.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
You can just kind of sense the momentum turning here. It's 1st and 10. Option play, and it's a handoff to Pierce. And he struggles to get a yard here, maybe a yard, down to the 31.
Well, how about the big guy there showing some agility? He just flowed from his D-tackle position in order to make that play.
From the 31, here's 2nd and 9. Now Stroud. Williams brings it in. Touchdown! Mike Williams, 31 yards. And the Texans have retaken a third-quarter lead. So a very strong first drive in the second half, Charles, as they turn that halftime deficit into a third-quarter lead.
And they were pretty purposeful there, weren't they? Measured in their approach. But, boy, they executed awfully well, moving the ball down the field.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that gives him a 3-point lead. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
And they're on 19-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They had seized the lead there for a little bit with a starting drive in the third quarter, but a moment ago the touchdown that puts them back behind.
So their defense is under siege a little bit right now because they have not able to solve their opponents. So they've got to keep hammering away on offense and try and win this one in what appears to be a shootout.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Mayfield now on 2nd down. It's caught. This is White. And now off to the races down the right side. Inside the 20. Touchdown, Tampa Bay! Rashad White with his third touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Bucs have taken the lead here in this third quarter. McLaughlin for the extra point. And that will make this a 4-point game.
Makes the score Buccaneers 28, Texans 24. Chase McLaughlin to kick off.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. This taken in at the goal line. Happening on the return is he'll get this to about the 23. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
The Cardinals, a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now, but let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. 47 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
From the lineman to the guy running with it, that was a well-executed first down by the offense. With 2 shots left to get the first, you can get a little aggressive here on second down if you want and try for some bigger yardage.
And this one nearly intercepted. Boy, that would have been a great time for their first pick. But instead, it's third down.
Speed is the name of the game when it comes to RPOs, and sometimes you can be a little too quick, thus inaccurate, incomplete.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on second down. Stroud looking to throw. And he'll find his man on the out route. That's Allen. And I don't think he got there. No. He's short by maybe a foot. Maybe. Call it 4th and inches. That catch is number 819 of his career. It ties him with Hall of Famer Steve Largent.
Who did things largely below the radar? Not this guy. 819 catches. That speaks loudly in volumes.
And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on 4th down. They'll try and run for it. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. This is taken at the 23. So possession goes over here on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10.
At their own 23-yard line.
Now Mayfield and the Bucs come up on 1st and 10 at their own 23. They'll start here with a handoff to White. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Now a give up the middle. This is White. And he'll get about 3 up past the 25.
I do know from
experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
On third down, Mayfield. And he overshot in there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
It's a 40-yard punt, 4 yards on the return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Second and 10. Thanks for tagging along with us here from Houston, Texas. Stroud will run the option left. And the Buccaneer defense for the second straight play, flexing its muscle by forcing a loss. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards. The Bucs with an extra defender now in the secondary here on third down.
Mustang 19.
Stroud on third down now. And this one is incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there's not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Taken in at the 22. That'll go as a punt of 42, 7 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on first down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
Let's go.
Now Mayfield. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
Mayfield now. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That gain on third down, good for 28.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the third downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the third quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards, and that'll bring up second down. Now there's Will Anderson, the 3rd overall pick to bring him down.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another. Back now in Houston. It's the Bucs. They've got the football. They also are in front here on the scoreboard as we start the fourth. Now a second down throw for Mayfield. And he's going to go down. The Texans come in, unable to bring him to the ground. Sheldon Rankins abruptly ends that play with a sack. He found his way into the backfield, and he simply would not be denied.
Well, they say that life's all about opportunities, and that holds true when you're playing defense as well. How about him seeing that chance, making the most of it, did a great job of wrapping him up and bringing him down.
Mayfield. And that will be incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Now, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that time.
Now on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Here's Landry. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Texans are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory.
Let's go now.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Their defense accomplished step one of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a fourth quarter lead. The lane opens up that time as he'll be brought down just short of a first after a gain of about 9.
Now that's the way you want to start a drive. Talk about a tone setter as well as a playbook opener. Now if you want to take a big shot over the top, you're all positioned to do so.
Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1. Stroud out of the gun here. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked up by Jamal Dean. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Hey, alert, 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 alert. Attack.
They'll try the right side here with White. And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. 51 yards for him on the ground now on 18 carries. I guess he was saving his best for last, so to speak. Longest run of the day coming here in the fourth quarter right there.
And that type of run makes for a better night for him and his teammates, doesn't it? To be able to produce this late in the game can lead to some big smiles and satisfaction in the locker room after this one's over.
Going with White here, toss left. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Defensively, Jimmy Ward in on the stop.
I like the call. Inside the red zone, running the toss. Why? They want to get to the edges. They want to see if guys who don't normally make a lot of tackles are willing to actually do that. That usually means the guy's in the cornerback position.
And they'll come up 2nd and 7. Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle. And they get him behind the line, so that short gain on 1st down quickly negated. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bring up the key 3rd down. Get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. White is not going to get in here as they push him back to the 2-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
This is where coaches have to spend a lot of time going over situations with their players, because him getting tackled there is not the worst thing in the world. You're going to run more plays, right? Clock's going to go. but his thought process is getting into the end zone. It's counterintuitive for...
And he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Rashad White with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bucs look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter.
Well, he'd been the workhorse on this drive, and it would have been unfair to bring someone else in to finish the job. So they go back to him again, and he delivers with a touchdown run.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit. Those short little routes probably going to be open. The defense, they'll let those happen, especially when they can make an inbounds tackle.
Yeah, where's Coach Madden when you need him? He always talked about taking what the defense gives you, but sometimes you have to know when you have to take more. That was one of those situations.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And the Bucs are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
Following the interception, Mayfield got his man complete over the middle. That's Palmer. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That's good for 28 yards. Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the 4th quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think you continue to do so.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Alert, 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 alert.
So instead of running, Mayfield's going to throw it here. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Jonathan Greenard running in to pick up the sack. Boy, every time I see speed like that off the edge, Charles, I just don't know how these offensive linemen do it. I would think that they would get called for holding every play, and maybe they should have been called for holding on that one.
Yeah, maybe not just holding, but sometimes you end up setting back in the...
And in for the Buccaneers touchdown. Russell Gage, his first touchdown on the year. And the Buccaneers have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter. He's got them out now to a 3-score lead here in the 4th quarter after that one, CD. And well, he looked right off the line like he knew that that ball was coming his way, and he secured it for 6 points.
Yeah, and I think when you're leading by a healthy margin already, it actually loosens you up and allows you to take maybe a few more chances and definitely play with more confidence, because he certainly saw something he could exploit in the defense, and he made sure to let his quarterback know, just get it to me. And the rest was all up to him, and he delivered and made it a 3-score game.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
On the ground, it's Pierce to begin the drive. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. The second down throw now from Stroud. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
60 Maverick, 60 Maverick, Lion. Ready.
Throwing now is Stroud. That is caught. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. They give him a gain of 37. The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. Forced out to his left. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Well, these guys are not going to go out with their tails between their legs. They're going to keep taking their shots until the clock's at 000. But that one, like a lot of others, winds up incomplete.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. One final shot for C.J. Stroud. He's got his target. That's complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A higher scoring game, Charles, than we typically see in the National Football League, but fun to watch these offenses. They were really clicking. It seemed like everything that they dialed up worked.
Yeah, it certainly was fun to watch from our perspective. How'd you like to be those defensive coaches, though? That wasn't a blast for them at all. And let's face it, they all game plan, they all scout, they all think they're prepared. But executing and stopping teams, that's another matter entirely.
So for Tampa Bay, they level their mark at 4-4 on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Texans, the struggles intensify as they drop to 2-6 now on the year. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in Cincinnati against the Bengals. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin.
Stop, here we go, bucket off the pick and roll. Shit, gotta go, we don't move it scary.
Last time a shed a tear, that when Prince died, cause if we rockin' then you